we're gonna be heading to a small settlement on the outside. Used to have different names, but due to mismanagement and fights with the local Steel City bureaucracy, been renamed. It's over a small mountain that used to be named Burgeoning Meadows. Now it's called Poor Mountain. And then you go over to the other side, and we're gonna be playing for a little settlement known as Famine Valley.
Oh, that's bleak.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be like the Rusty Belt or something, but that's bleak.
It wasn't always named Famine Valley, and that was not the intention behind the project. Thog says through gritted teeth. But
think about it, if we win, it could bring a whole new life to Famine Valley.
His eyes actually sort of relax, the muscles untightening for a split second. That's kind of what I'm hoping, yeah. If you guys are cool heading and playing for good old Famine Valley, I'll show you what all around's really like. Actually like.
I'm from Rennell, and I'm used to famine. Let's go.
I'm not, but this sounds like fun.
I must admit, I am not familiar with the rules of baseball. Now, I did play a lot of rugby, because it's essentially combat.
There are rules to baseball?
I assume so.
Many, many, many rules. So many that I mean, honestly, I never really bothered trying to learn. I just like to watch them hit the ball.
Here, look at the rule book. She throws the rule book.
Oh, it's the Scratch and Sniff edition. Cool.
Why is rule number 1 no dogs?
It's an old book, okay?
There's history there.
So much history. Regardless, it starts off pretty simple. It's an all-around sport, and it's been repurposed as such. You can pretty much only field as many players as you're willing to put a down payment for. And right now, Famine Valley is not looking too sharp in the number of players that we can field. So, at the very least, we're only going to walk in with 5, and hey, cool coincidence, there's 5 of us around the table.
Oh, lovely.
But, as we win, against superior odds, the cash will flow, and additional players, we will be able to make the down payment for additional players, or hell, maybe even sports equipment. Maybe even a stadium.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
So we can keep fielding players, like, as we progress in this tournament.
Yeah, exactly.
These sound like fun mini games.
But also the reverse issue of Steel City's kind of incredibly wealthy. So yeah, we're gonna be fighting an army.
Oh, we are fighting. Excellent.
Okay.
That's the best way to put it. If everyone's good, I'm gonna actually head around the island and start telling everybody to pack up. Whether or not they're going to be joining us on the field, I think this is sort of an all-hands-on-deck situation.
Ooh.
At the very least, they could be up in the stands fighting their fans. Whoever's fans we go up against. Seriously, thank you, everyone.
You should probably talk to Dr. Skull and Bones, see if he can come with, because people are going to be losing teeth.
That's true. He loves collecting teeth. He will not stop talking about how much he loves finding teeth buried in the ground. Later.
See ya.
In the ground?
Well, I mean, that's the most common place to find a tooth.
The hell it is? What are you talking about?
Well, to find a loose tooth. A loose tooth.
Yeah, when they fall out, they go down.
Oh, hello, honey.
Hello. If everybody's ready, I believe I've extracted sport and added it to drink.
Wow, that quickly?
Yes. Well, after the mention of rugby, and as you know, most of Tannhauser's sports are rather on the violent side, I thought that the violence in the drink was an inherent part of it. Please enjoy. He steps backwards. A hissing, fizzing mass sits before you. It shifts between purples and blues and oranges.
There was no hesitation. My husband made this.
You down it instantly.
I was going to get smaller glasses, but...
Oh my god. It's delicious? It tastes great, actually.
Honey, I know this isn't surprising at all. You absolutely nailed it once again.
It turns beet red and he's like, oh, excellent.
Pass,
okay.
pass it over here.
I'm going
let
to
me get a
start.
taste of that.
Oh, yeah, no, here.
Oh, yes. It's also, you, Marcus, you take it and you down it and, your eyes. So, Mercy's powerful constitution is able to tank the sheer violence of this drink. Marcus, you see stars for a split second, and it feels like you get flashbang. But as the world as the world clears around you, oh man, yeah, that great aftertaste actually.
No, that's really good. I mean, I feel like I just had a concussion, but it's like only the pleasant after effects of a concussion.
You wouldn't have a concussion if you didn't have a skull.
Pretty sure you'd just be dead, but all right.
Yeah.
Based on my understanding of sport ball games, once victory is achieved, we pour an entire vat of this over the winning team's coach. Correct?
That sounds right.
Thankfully, that won't be me. I wouldn't like to win the game and then just be turned to solid steel for a few hours.
Yes. So I will be configuring this to pour on Thog, I suppose.
Yeah, he can take it.
It did seem to be bubbling, which I can infer makes it rather hot. Is this safe to be... Because Marcus and I drank it, and we're both heat resistant. Would this be acceptable to pour on a mortal?
Pour it on me, find out.
We can run tests.
I'm pretty tough.
You are
been
pretty
burned
tough
once,
in
I'll
a
try
way
it.
where I'm not sure that you're actually representative of the bulk of humanity, Gregor.
Pour it on my weakest area.
Okay, what would that be?
Yeah, what is that?
Trick question.
Okay, if my two test subjects could come over.
Harlock, that's you.
I'm already here.
Just get out of the way, just in case.
He lifts the vat, it starts to steam and hiss, bottoms up, and he upends it over the pair of you, and the world goes dark. What to others was denoted as a vacation is nothing but the most serious of business to you. You found your way to Steel City, to the largest of the buildings, a towering figure that dwarfs the entire metropolis. And there, you were greeted by rows and rows of waitstaff. They guided you towards the upper floor, and this man was there to greet you. After exchanging pleasantries for a short period of time, he said it's time to get down to business. And he led you deeper in to the insidious Castle Baseball. He walks striding in front of you in what could only be described as a forward fall, his slouch carrying his forehead down, hands in pockets, and he travels alongside various implements of torture. Okay, so, first of all, welcome to the Hall of Defame. We got around us the various baseball implements used by our predecessors. Over to the left, we got Steve Money Moves Iron Maiden. Classic move, throwing everyone on the enemy team into the Iron Maiden. They could say, if you listen close, you could still hear him squirming in there. Next up, over here, we got, this is Sicknar Francis's mysterious cage. He gestures over to the mysterious cage. Can you guess what's inside of it? You look into the mysterious cage, and then your eyes adjust to the magics going on in the cage very easily. You see a person inside, simply sitting there, slouched over, very much dead. Can you guess what's inside the cage?
I say, isn't that the corpse of Dick Bollison?
Shit, got it in one. Okay, promise not to tell any of the journalists, tabloids, or any people writing a baseball memoir that, we know where Dick Bollison went.
No secret safe with me.
Anyway, we got all the leftover balls, obviously interred in multiple levels of obsidian. That one's in jade. That one over in the corner, pure lava. Just a ball of pure fucking lava. Or is it magma? Just turning around and looking over at you. Like above ground? I don't know. Regardless, thank you for, at the very least, coming through our little walk down history lane and, the guillotine. Classic. Pissy Cry Boys guillotine. Oh, yeah, and there it is. The baseball fan. He points over at a large fan in the corner. So.
Ven lingers at this one. An object of such power. I must say, your collection has grown ever more impressive.
Well, business has been booming, and as always and as before, we are more than happy to welcome the devil back into this material world, and we're happy to have your patronage as one who supports the arts. Let me introduce the team for this year. Here we go. Upper left up here, this is Grandma Destroyer. Say hi. Hey. Over here we got, this guy right here. This is Beef Sunday. Squiggles around the table. This is Money Bloodman. Over here we got $2. And finally, last but not least, the Circumstance. So... Our lineup this year is nothing but the very best. Please ignore them. They are being freshly preserved in paralytic magic in order to keep them fresh and ready for the day of.
Yes, I can see that.
Grandma Destroyer, I think I heard you say something. Let me give you another boost. He walks over and blasts him with a shot.
And yet I wonder, are any of your players, even the Circumstance, up to the task of squaring off against Baseball Johnson?
Now that's a name I haven't heard in many years. Baseball Johnson's just a myth. I heard he took a fall and fell hard and vanished into the ether. Any examination, any attempt to follow up on the blood trail of Baseball Johnson, that just comes up with nothing but dust. That's a tale for people who are afraid of the likes of Grandma Destroyer over there to keep themselves feeling confident that some sort of baseball folk hero still exists out there.
And your certainty about Baseball Johnson's non-existence, this is based on your own mortal investigations, is it not?
He pauses. I suppose it is.
Well, surely then, we can be certain that you're correct. Nothing could ever have escaped such faculty.
He slicks his hair back. Yeah, of course. I like talking to you. It's great. Sends a chill down my spine. He walks this way backwards.
Well, you know me. I simply enjoy the art of the game. I simply enjoy the purity of the contest, the competition, the rivalries. Though I am not here in an official capacity, I naturally take it upon myself to treat all teams impartially, as is my nature.
Of course.
That being said, Steel City gonna wreck shop this year.
Whoa, Steel City! They all let out a... Oh, you quiet down. Save yourselves. Now, I am more than happy to sign the usual contract, and we have already established the tournament ladder. It is going to be a long road all around Oleron, and at the very least, we are going to make sure that you are transported in not only luxury, but in style.
Oh.
He makes his way forward, but based on what I understand, you got your own way of doing things. So, do you wanna roll with Steel City, or would you rather find your own way across our great nation?
I do not think it would do for me to be seen in your company publicly, lest it imply any sort of sponsorship, even bias on my part.
Of course, of course.
I will, however, take a complimentary foam finger if you have one.
Yeah, give me a second. He runs his way into the other room, and you hear him fumbling in the other chamber as you hear a voice roar on the other side for a split second. Is that Ven? Yeah, it's Ven. He's here now. Wonderful. I am delighted to see him in my baseball castle. You hear that on the other side of the door, and you're like, you know that guy.
Mm-hmm.
That guy works a block down from you, actually. He is as far as demons go, remarkably mundane individual. But it seems at the very least, he has something going here. Something of a racket going here as the devil. Yes, boss. Of course, boss. Foam finger. He slides it across the table to you.
Marvelous. Is the definite article available at the moment? Or is he terribly busy preparing for the upcoming season?
Oh, I'm sorry. He's definitely far too busy. I'm so sorry, sir.
I understand. I would never dream of interfering with another's work. That being said, should the season progress well, I imagine that many of the burdens occupying of his time would be relaxed, would they not?
Yeah, I suppose that would be the case. We do stand to make a killing this year.
The devil that I know certainly knows how to cut loose once business has been seen to.
You see a twitch run through the side of his face. He's like, I'll make sure to schedule something on his itinerary.
Very good. Very good indeed.
I don't know if you're interested, but the nearest team that's currently practicing is, I think that's over in South. No, actually. Okay. I think the nearest one is technically. If you want to go laugh at a completely lost cause, you leave Steel City, you head over Poor Mountain, and you find Famine Valley. Apparently, they're actually fielding a team this year. I think. Yeah, no, they're gonna be easy prey for the Sky Brood. They kind of make their identity picking up teams like that, kind of like a condor.
Famine Valley, you say? Did they manage to leapfrog Sickly City and actually play in this year?
Yes, Sickly City was unfortunately all. They all succumbed.
Real plagues. What are you going to do?
Typhoon this time, actually. It's a damn shame. They survived the plague and then just God decides that's time to go.
Weakened by their sickly disposition, I imagine it was inevitable.
Now, I don't want to keep you here for any more of your time, so, please, if I could, show you towards the exit. The boss is very busy. He starts to sort of lead you away, actually sweating slightly.
Something on your mind?
Just thinking about this upcoming season. Thinking about the possibility of, how much money there is to be earned and, how good the competition's gonna be. You hear the Unknowables are back this year?
I did. The most surprising return since the 18th year when the grubs became the cicadas.
It's a beautiful thing. Next time I see that, I will be well and hopefully into my retirement. Nah, the Unknowables are, their schedule's kinda unknowable. So, I think they're actually our main competition this year. At the very least, we gotta try to do our best to, the boss says we gotta try to comprehend them, but that kind of goes against the point of them being the Unknowables, right? He starts quietly muttering to himself. The further he makes it away from this room, the more he seems to relax. Almost like the presence on the far side of the door was watching and judging him.
I did rather appreciate the year that the Unknowables managed to win by technicality by refusing to allow the other team to know the location of the finals.
Yeah, everyone was real mad about that one, but you kind of gotta appreciate that manipulation of the rules. As he sort of makes it to the end of the hallway, he turns and he looks at you and he's like, hey, honestly, man, good luck out there. It is great seeing you for another one of these seasons. I'm gonna be honest. He, leans in a little bit. I'm a little worried about the prospects of our team.
Oh?
Not just not in terms of our ball players. No. We got the circumstance. That's gonna be fine. I am a little concerned about double dealing, like behind the scenes stuff. It's like you just said, the Unknowables won by keeping the location unknowable. I can't help but feel that some baseball trickery is underway.
Have you evidence of this? Or is this simply a baseballer's hunch?
Yeah, it's a hunch. I haven't played the sport in years, but I can feel it in my hackles. He gestures at his hackles.
A baseballer's intuition is not to be discarded lightly. They feel as though they can somehow perceive the seam of the universe.
And you know what that seam is telling me right now?
Trouble.
That seam is telling me that if we don't keep everything absolutely under lock and key, something's gonna happen. All this paranoia around Castle Baseball right now, all those guys that escorted you on the way in, it's to make sure that nothing, and I mean nothing, goes wrong here. So, if you see any evidence of cheating or duplicity, please, he clasps his hands together and bows his head, let me know. Because the only thing, and I mean the only thing that's going to disrupt our chances this year, is if the enemy team cheats.
I will never allow such a thing to take place.
Okay, guys, now that we're at the dock...
I have a small notebook full of ideas already.
Yeah. Like, I'm just saying the only way we're winning this is if we cheat.
Oh, yeah.